Welcome to Mr. Garofalo's podcast for writing the equation of a linear function. This is homework problem number 6 from your worksheet. In this problem, we're given some information about a linear function and that its graph travels through the points 4, -6 and 22, 3. And they want to know what is the equation of this function. And they're asking us to show our answer algebraically. Algebraically, in this case, would mean without the use of a graph. We could try and put this on a graph. It would be a little bit inefficient. We would have to be counting back a number of units to find the y-intercept, and we'd have to be making a large triangle to find the slope. So let's think about what they want us to do. We know the equation, the standard form, or the slope-intercept form of a linear function equation looks like this. And we're missing both the slope and the y-intercept. They have given us two pairs of x, y coordinates. So we know two input-output pairs. So our first step would be to use them to find the slope. I'm going to make a mini t-chart. And in that t-chart, I'm going to put these ordered pairs. 4, -6, 22, and 3. And I'm going to label each of them. I'm going to call 4, -6, my first xy coordinate pair, and 22, 3, my second xy coordinate pair. Now remember, to find the slope without using a graph, we'll need to take the difference in the y-coordinates and compare it to the difference in the x-coordinates, which we know as rise over run. So moving back over here, if I just find my values, y2 I've labeled as 3, and y1 is -6. Now I have to be really careful. This has a -6 as the coordinate, so it's 3 minus a -6. x2 is 22, and x1 is 4. So I get the following ratio. The difference between 3 and -6 over the difference between 22 and 4. Since we're subtracting a negative, this expression really means to add. You may recall from last year that you might have used to keep change on these types of problems. That's going to become 9. 22 minus 4 is 18. So I get the ratio 9 to 18. Remember, we always want to simplify our slope ratios. So the slope of this function is 1/2 or 0.5. So we've taken care of step 1. We found the slope. We know the value of m in this equation is going to be 1/2. So I'm actually going to go ahead and replace it right now. So I know my equation is going to be y equals 1/2 x plus or minus some value, the y-intercept. Our second step would be to find that value. So we're going to need to solve for b. We're going to write the slope-intercept form, and we're going to replace 3 of these parts and leave the b as b. Now, the slope we just found was 1/2. The x and the y can come from either ordered pair. Just don't mix them up. So if I choose 22, I'm going to make sure I'm choosing 3. If I choose 4, I'm going to make sure I'm choosing -6. So the y-coordinate, I'm going to use positive numbers. I think those are easy to work with. So the y-coordinate I'm going to choose is 3, and the x-coordinate I'm going to choose 22. So I get the following equation. 3 equals 1/2, 22 plus b. This will allow us to solve for the y-intercept. 1/2 of 22 is 11. So my equation transforms to 3 equals 11 plus b. Subtract 11 from both sides to solve for b, and we find that b equals -8, since 3 minus 11 is -8. This means my equation looks like this. Y equals 1/2 x minus 8. That is the equation of a function that goes through these 2 points. So once we're done finding the slope and solving for b, we replace m and b in the equation. And then we're done. Each of the problems on the back, numbers 4 through 7, can be done using the same set of procedures. Good luck with the rest, and I'll see you in class.